What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have the official Season 4 Reloaded roadmap, and here's everything that you need to know about it. So this is the first key artwork. This is pretty much the whole blog page. It says, drop into the reimagined Fringe, new Eclipse Strike map in multiplayer, and celebrate cartoons alongside new cel-shaded playlists and events across all three modes, including a new look version of Liberty Falls, Rebirth Island, etc. So it says, Season 4 Reloaded, incoming intel, Stitch on the loose. The jailbreak was successful and Stitch is finally free, joining his old nemesis Adler. And it says the chase continues as new content arrives, etc. All of that stuff. And then here we go, new photos being shown of the brand new maps. So it says the multiplayer maps that are available. This is a video that they dropped shortly after, like, I believe it was like an hour before this blog went live, just showcasing some of the maps and things like that. So not too crazy, but the first one is Fringe. This is the remastered version of Black Ops 3. It looks like it's officially returning 1-to-1 remake. They said they're going to turn it into a distillery rather than like the barn and the other typical stuff that we used to have, but that's the only key difference that I've noticed here. And then here's another photo showcasing what that map looks like, and then you also see the operator holding onto a new melee weapon. And now we have Eclipse. This is the brand new 6v6 and 2v2 small scale map. It says battle to the beat in this underground nightclub in Avalon, where neon lights illuminate the halls and dance floor. Head straight to the middle to duke it out in the center stage. So they're just showcasing the different angles here. There's also a photo, as you can see here. This is the other photo. And then we jump into the map variant. So those are the two new maps. This is the Nuketown cell shaded variant. It says play cell shaded variants of Nuketown, Babylon, Skyline Stakeout, and Grind in Cartoon's Mosh Pit, while Party Ops features the same lineup minus Stakeout. And then we do have some brand new limited time mode. So it says Party Ops limited time mode. Party all night in this free-for-all party mode, challenging players to finish a randomized set of minigames with the highest score, the clock ticking, each minigame occurring in a short time frame. There's no score limit and score streaks are disabled. Matches take place across Babylon, Grind, Nuketown, Skyline, with the top 3 scoring operators winning the competition. Success means adopting a new challenge each on the fly, while the type and order of minigames is randomized at the start of each match. Minigames include condensed versions of some classic party modes alongside wild challenges of the dance-off, taking operators to get down and funky in the designated dance zones, as well as musical zones later in the season, featuring multiple capture points that dwindle down to a final location when the music stops. Better move fast. So that's what they're doing here. Now we jump into the zombie side of things. So this is the image that they provide. It's actually a pretty cool image. And then it says Grief gameplay update. So it says Good Grief. Treyarch is bringing in a new round of gameplay updates to Grief in Season 4 Reloaded, including more punishing Grief effects against enemy players, bans for certain revive-related gobblegums, faster zombie spawns after capture zone completion, whimsical gobblegum rewards for players who win or finish their matches, and more. And then watch for patch notes from Treyarch prior to the Season 4 Reloaded, which usually is like around a day before they actually release it. Now, here's the new LTM. So, Abomination Challenge LTM. It says, during the Beavis and Butthead event, summon Mo by opening the doors to the Ether Church, then defeat Mo. Mo has some unique abilities as an Abomination high-value target. He will gain resistance, then immunity to a weapon repeatedly used on him. So, you're going to have to continuously swap weapons. And then it says, availability, flow mode, cel-shaded map, restrictions, quest, Easter eggs, exit strategy, gobblegum, and available map is on Liberty Falls. So it's going to be Liberty Falls that gets the cel-shaded update. And then it says, enter a cel-shaded version of Liberty Falls in this chaotic and seriously challenging limited time mode. Your match begins with a baseline of classic RBZ, available for crews of 1 to 4 players versus zombies. The match ends when all players are eliminated. Mystery boxes can contain wonder weapons, and then takes place on the entirety of the Liberty Falls map. And then it says, however, there's a twist, or in this case, a vicious, drooling, red-mouthed abomination called Mo. This high-value target is a permanent state of fury, summoned from the dark ether when the church is open. Your main and overriding goal is defeat Mo, the high-value abomination. Exfil is disabled until the high-value target is actually defeated. So you just have to jump in there and actually beat him. Additional modifiers, a modified Features expect a variety of snacks and enemy-based modifiers as you desperately try to gain the upper hand against the undead onslaught. Rounds turn faster, expect cranked or rampage-inducer rates of enemy spawning. Additional enemies are added to Liberty Falls, amalgams, doppelgas, elder disciples, shock mimics, toxic zombies. And then they said additional features, the Abomination Challenge LTM utilizes a modified version of the zombie snack rule set for health, meaning you need to secure snack drops or dropped at the ground to increase your health once you've taken damage. There's no refrigerator power-up. Flow state is available assuming you could slay enough of the undead. And then these are the disabled items: save and quit, main quest, Easter egg, etc. And then they said more problems. They pretty much give a description of the high value target Abomination here. And then going on, they have the starting room LTM. So it says available in season, locked in, how long can you last? It locks all doors, confining you to the start area of the map. You must make do with the resources available in the area. Check each map for the round milestone required for rewards. And then what's restricted is door buys, exfil, exit strategy, and it's available on Liberty Falls, Terminus, Citadel, The Tomb, and Shattered Veil. This is a photo that they have provided, so just showcasing what the LTM looks like. So you'll have the mystery box and stuff like that there. And then it says inspired by the initial chamber within the original Black Ops Zombies moon map. It just gives you a little description and additional modifiers. So classic features, the classic round-based zombies baseline rules are in effect, so available for crews of 1 to 4 players versus zombies. The match ends when all players are eliminated. And then for the modified features, it says there's various modifications within the starting room match. If the power in the map was off during a normal match, it's already switched to on. So just stuff like that. And then it says fire cell power-ups no longer drops randomly from fallen zombies, and etc. And then there's new available maps. So you have this one right here, which is Liberty Falls. It says starting room LTM takes place in a cell-shaded version of the starting area within each zombies map. So this is Liberty Falls, and it showcases the areas that you have access to on each different map. So like the Tomb, Citadel, Demore, etc. And that's what they look like. And then they give like a description on the features, machines, and things like that, which you can feel free to pause it, but I don't want to waste your time with all that. Then they have the leaderboard event for zombies coming in. So it says, there's a photo right here. It says rack up points, climb the leaderboard, outslay the competition. During the King of the Dead leaderboard event, your zombie eliminations can count for more than simply your longevity. Play a match of zombies to get placed on a King of the Dead leaderboard and get eliminations to earn leaderboard points to climb the leaderboard and improve your position. Special, elite, and boss enemy scores more points. So yeah, that's who you want to try to target. And then they provide a really cool photo here of the Z-Rex. And then it says, the higher you climb in the King of the Dead leaderboard, the better your end of the event rewards are. Everyone earns something, but only the sharpest slayers will walk away with the best rewards. Want to be on top of the leaderboard and keep moving, slaying, and make every point count. Additionally, earning points will progress and complete event challenges that accompany the leaderboard and unlock rewards when it is completed. Now we jump into the Warzone side of things. So Beavis and Butthead here being shown, and it says right here the gameplay features. So it says need a little edge in the fight, call in a care package originally in Clash at the start of season 4 and now coming into multiple modes, and that is the hand cannon and door barricade also coming in. This is the photo that they provided of the care package, and yeah, and then there's also the barricade and everything like that. Then it says field upgrades, door barricade, kill streak, hand cannon, search and destroy contract. So why spend hard-earned cash on acquiring new gear from the buy station when you could blast your way in? Instead, activate the search and destroy contract to task your squad by planting a bomb on the buy station, defend it, etc., like a typical contract. New gameplay updates. So cell-shaded rebirth island, and then first off we have a new perk. This is Loot Master. It says get more loot from supply caches, simple and very effective. Found as ground loot in Resurgence and Plunder. It spawns additional items to give you a higher chance to find tacticals and lethals. Then we have cell-shaded Rebirth Island, not to be outdone by multiplayer cell-shaded playlist launching in the mid-season update, but it's joining in with a cell-shaded variant of Rebirth Island later in the season. Group up in a quad and then start slaying. Now we have new modes that are going to be coming in. So LTM Havoc Royale, 44 players, quads, 15-minute matches. Change up the normal gameplay flow with modifiers that disturb the fabric of reality. A new photo here being showcased. And then it says Havoc Royale drops operators into specific areas of Verdansk, so it could be any of these areas, with their loadout in hand. These modifiers can affect players, environment, or the gameplay rules. And then it says right here, buy stations, these have been adjusted. Sell the following items. So squad buyback, armor plates, gas mask, door barricade, munition box, redeploy drone, etc. And then it says with the 6 diminishing circle collapses, expect a modifier as each new gas coalesces on the map. Only one modifier will be active at a time, with 1 or 2 modifiers occurring towards the end of a match, known as the finale modifiers, and each occurs randomly from the following selection. So you either get charge jump, pretty much just super high jumps. Cranked outlines the enemy team periodically flash red. There's crouch potato, when crouch operators transform into a sack of potatoes. Movement and jumping are still possible. Then you have ICU. All operators always have an advanced UAV active for them. Melon's head operators appear with watermelon heads with an impressive watermelon based explosion if hit. Make it rain, more ammo and cash become available for you to use. Unregulated airspace. The airspace is no longer overcrowded, allowing for more kill streaks to be used at the same time. Showdown. All operators are given an identical loadout. Nearby weapons are removed. Rising gas final modifier. Operators are warned that gas will be rising vertically throughout the combat zone, forcing you to ascend to higher ground. Fortunately, you're more than likely to obtain gas masks and personal redeployment drones. And this says drop in loot out. And then we have Resurgence Casual. So this is a new photo right here. 44 players and bots. The casual experience comes to Resurgence in the mid-season, mixing humans and bots in a fight to the finish. The main Resurgence rule set applies, so do what it takes to stay alive and keep your squad redeploying. Drop in to warm up, teach a new player about the game, or just for a more relaxed Warzone experience. And then it says, yeah, ranked play Resurgence comes in for trios. New photo, squad up in trios, a complete and top placement with the return of Resurgence rank play. That's pretty straightforward, and we've talked about that before. They also talk about the World Series of Warzone, the dates and things like that. And then Warzone solo playlist update. They said we launched a new playlist test by introducing Battle Royale casual solos. This was driven by the success of quads in casual introduced in season 3. And basically what they're saying is that they're going to be doing both solo and casual both together, and they're going to test it out a little bit more. And then if it actually is more successful in casual solos, they're going to remove the regular solos mode permanently. But yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing here. And then it says the general content. So another new photo here, and then the weapon details. You have the Olympia, so special Beavis and Butthead event reward. This is how you're going to be able to unlock it, which is the Olympia. We've talked about this in the past, and it's a double barrel shotgun, very high damage, respectable range, but requires frequent reloading. And then we also have a new weapon, which is the pickaxe. This will also be unlocked with the Beavis and Butthead event. Levels of 30, 1 hit, 1 kill, medium attack speed, short range, and then new weapon attachments. So we have the C-grip. Some of these they've already released, so I'm not sure why they didn't, have a new image here. But yeah, these are the ones from the Butthead event, the Beavis and Butthead event. This one is from the Cartoons event, so that's going to be a completely separate event right here for the TR2. And then, yeah, so we're going to go over these events and everything here in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.